can't deal with having a stinky old lady like you by my desk anymore. I just can't. I'm going to ask my dad to have you fired right now, so goodbye to you.
You're going on about that again?
For however many weeks it's been now, ever since you showed up next to my desk, you've been stinking up the whole place. It's so bad now that I can't even focus on my work anymore. So, can you please go somewhere else for me?
You can say that all you want, but I have work to do within this office as well.
Yeah, you took over the work that was on someone else's laptop, right? And they left this company already, so there shouldn't be anything on it anymore, right? Are you sure you're not just sitting at the desk, using their laptop right now, making it look like you're working?
That's not at all what I'm doing. I'm doing some very serious work over here at the moment.
Does this mean that the more seriously you work over there, the more smelly you become? That's the only reason I can think of where you'd both be working hard and smelling like crap. The longer you sit there working seriously, the smellier you become.
I don't mind you thinking what you want about me, but no matter what you have to say, I'm not going to leave.
Wow! Even though you're causing another person so much trouble right now, you're not going to leave? Damn! You old hags really are selfish, aren't you?
Even though it sounds to me like you're leagues more selfish than anyone in this office building.
I happen to be very, very young, which means me being a little bit selfish with my life is cute. But when it comes to a completely old hag like yourself...
Understood. Then please, go have a word about your displeasure of me with your father, right now.
Are you sure that's really okay with you? Me going to talk with Dad about you means that you'll lose your job for sure. Then that would spell the end of you, Miss Old and Single Smelly Hag.
You don't have to worry about my situation. Please go and do as you'd like regarding me, and see what happens.
I guess this is goodbye forever. Hey, Dad. Recently, I've been really upset with the part-timer old lady Smell, and she's been sitting by my desk this whole time. Because of her, I haven't been able to focus on any of my work. So could you please tell her to leave this company?
What part-timer are you talking about, lady? And why would she be sitting near your desk?
I don't know why she's sitting next to my desk of all places. Probably because she's so old and tired all the time that she can't do anything else but sit near me and smell bad. Right now, she's sitting in the spot that Jackson used to be sitting before he left.
Well, that's too bad. You seem to be having more trouble then. But even with her being such a problem for you, you're still putting in all that effort to try to get your work done, right?
Well, of course I am, Dad. I'm doing my best for this company, as a very amazing member of society should be. But the thing is, when I'm doing my best to get my work done here, I don't want for there to be other people getting in my way.
I see. I need to start taking after you some, I guess. Now, please, could you tell me the name of that part-timing old lady is so that I may deal with her for you? If she's really causing you to become distracted that much, then I'll make sure to get rid of her pronto.
I don't actually know her name. Even though she's at the bottom of the rung of this company's ladder, she never wears a name tag. When you left on that business trip for a bit, she came into the office and started to work at the desk thinking she was all that. I'd never once seen her face before, yet she came in out of nowhere acting like she didn't have to listen to me. everyone else seems to have already given up with her toxic character, and they are all answering to her like she actually does control them.
What? She must be a real problem then, that old hag there. Do you think that she might be trying to take over this company in some way?
Hey, Dad. Hurry up and get that old hag out of here, because she reminds me so much of Jackson. I can't stand working with that smelly hag anymore, and I want her gone now.
I can see that. I was planning to take action once I got back to the office building and had a second to take a look at her. But if things really are that bad for you regarding her working near you, I'll have a word with the CEO and ask that they take care of her.
You are still going on that trip to Canada, working on one of the largest projects this company has ever been involved in, right? Even if I'm in serious trouble with this smelly hag, it's not worth having you come all the way back here earlier than you should be.
As long as this project I'm on goes really well for the company, I'll be getting myself a lot of money and a bonus. And then, Caitlin, I'll be able to buy you whatever your heart desires, all right?
What? That makes me so happy, Dad. I love you so much. Well then, as for that old smelly hag, get her out of here, please.
Yes, Mama. You leave all of this to your father to take care of for you. Miss Yan, I have something that I'd like to talk with you about. Do you have a couple of minutes to speak about it with me?
Sure, what is it?
I'm pretty sure at the moment you have a part-timer working in one of the company's offices. But from the sounds of it, that woman is causing a lot of trouble for the rest of the employees in her department.
Could you please elaborate a little on what kinds of trouble she's causing?
Of course. It seems that she went out and took over Jackson's desk after he went and left the company. Also, she seems to be acting as though she's in charge of the department she's working in now and bossing a lot of the employees around in the department. You have to understand as the CEO of this company how worrying such a thing is for myself and the rest of that department, correct?
I'm not sure what you're talking about. Can you please tell me what's going on here regarding said part-time worker?
Excuse me? But from what I've been told, this is really going on within the company.
Then could you please explain to me who told you such things? Something tells me they are spreading some sort of rumor with no base at all to it.
I heard about this from one of the employees in the department. Anyhow, I would like to have that part-time woman removed from this company so that she's no longer causing any trouble. Having someone as sly as her within the company will not only cause further issues for the department she's in, but there's a chance also that she'll take over the company from within.
Then tell me, Clyde, how would you like to get rid of someone who does not exist within this company? I would like to know the name of those part-timers you're speaking about right now.
It doesn't seem that anyone knows the name of this part-timer. All I've been told is that she's a bit up there in the age, perhaps her late 50s, early 60s.
And by any chance, is Caitlin referring to this woman as a hag or an old lady?
What? No, wait. I never said anything about hearing about this from Caitlin, did I?
Clyde, the way that you take everything that your daughter says to you as priority and then proceed to take action in order to make sure that she's happy is something that will really cause issues for this company. But remember, when I first allowed her to work here, even though she's your daughter, we made a deal that you would not prioritize her needs over any of the other tasks you have, nor treat her any better than any of the other staff here. Correct?
But like I was saying, I never heard about this from Caitlin. The reason I made this issue my top priority is because I believe it to be a major problem for the company if not taken care of right now. This is all in the best interest of the company.
Is that so, Clyde? Then please, allow me to tell you the name of this woman who you and someone else seem to be so worried about. Her name is Jan Witherton.
What? But that's... What are you saying?
Hey, old hag. I just talked with my dad and made sure he knew everything about you. I believe that you're going to be fired really soon here. So how about you start to gather up all of your things and get out of this office building?
I suppose I'll quit before that communication comes then.
Get the hell out of here! I have no idea what the purpose of you working for this company was anyway. Why the hell did you even come here in the first place? Were you taking a break or something?
I came to this department after having heard some of the reasoning behind why Jackson suddenly got up and left the company. In the process of confirming some things, I learned that his reasoning was correct, and that he was right to leave the company so quickly. And that is why now I will leave this department, as there's nothing left for me here to confirm.
What kind of answer is that? You want to know why he left? Because he was terrible at his job and couldn't get anything done here. He was always dodging all of his responsibilities before he left. So what else was there for you to confirm by coming?
You're saying that Jackson wouldn't do his job then, and would leave it all up to others to handle?
What's that? I just started to get loads of texts from my dad. I didn't notice he sent me so many so quickly.
Caitlin, please. I need you to read all the text and respond to me right now that you understand everything.
I'm so sorry, Dad. I didn't realize you'd sent me so many texts all at once. What's going on?
You go to that part-timing woman right now and apologize to her at once.
Huh? Why should I ever do that?
Because that woman you were talking about isn't even a part-time worker here. She is the CEO of this company.
What?
For the past couple of weeks, she's been in your department doing some important work there from the sounds of it. Now, Caitlin, you go and apologize to her right now. If you apologize to her right now, I'm sure she'll be able to understand your misunderstanding and forgive you.
Wait. But Dad, I don't want to apologize to an old hag like her. And you just called her the company's CEO? There's no way someone like her could be in charge of this company.
I want to know why you even started to think of her as a part-time worker in the first place, Caitlin. Haven't you seen all the other workers in your department going up to her every morning to say hello to her and such because she's their boss?
I thought they were all doing as she'd asked them to because she's been such a pain in everyone's butt. Wait, are you being serious right now? Are you really saying that this old lady is the CEO of this company?
That's what I'm saying. If you were to ask any of your coworkers about her right now, they'd tell you who she really is. Now, if you don't go and apologize to her right now, you and I both are going to be placed in a very bad situation together.
Why don't you go and apologize to her then? I don't want to apologize for anything right now.
I have already apologized to her plenty of times now. But she hasn't responded to any of my texts, nor will she answer any of my phone calls to her. You are in the same building as her right now, aren't you? You go and apologize to her face to face right now.
All right then. If that's what you really want me to do, then I guess I will. I don't have another choice anyway. However, having to apologize to her face is going to be a pain in my butt now.
Caitlin.
So, it sounds like the old hag is my CEO then? I never knew about that, so sorry.
Is that the way you've chosen to apologize to your CEO then?
Hey! Be happy that I'm even doing this for you in the first place. So maybe a small thank you or something? I'll have you know that a lot of this is your fault for coming to the desk next to mine and never telling anyone that you're the CEO of the company, alright?
You and I met back when you were first hired into this company. And when working for a company like this, or any for that matter, you should know who your current CEO is and be able to tell who they are by their face.
Now, that's just being excessively self-conscious, right? I don't even remember the first day I came to this company. Then tell me, Missy, when you run into people out on the streets, do you act all entitled and crap as well with them? Do you blame them for not knowing that you're the CEO of this company?
This conversation isn't going to get anywhere with you then. Now, Caitlin, I'd like for you to go ahead and get all of your things packed up so that you're ready to leave this office when I say so.
Huh? What the heck? Do you have any idea what you're talking about right now? Are you actually trying to say to me that I'm getting fired now?
That's what I'm saying. After all, based on your behavior and work ethic, you must be fired. I've heard from the other employees here that you aren't seen as that great of a person to be around. And when it comes to the way you handle your responsibilities here, they don't think you handle them at all. I do not need someone as useless as you within my company.
An old hag like you is more useless to this company than I am, right? By the way, do you think that it's really that easy for you to just fire me over nothing at all like you're saying you will? I know already. When there isn't a good enough reason to do so, the company cannot fire said employee.
I am also very much aware of that. And that's why you had to force Jackson to quit his job instead of using your father to fire him, right?
What? Now, what exactly are you going on about there? He chose to leave this company on his own terms. I never had anything to do with any of that, okay?
Is that what you think? Well, unfortunately, based off the evidence I have found, that doesn't seem to be the case at all.
Sure, go ahead and act like you have anything on someone who had nothing to do with it. What I'm saying is the truth. All you have is bullcrap. Tell me, what kind of evidence do you think you have? Did you go out and have a word with Jackson himself about it or something?
The reason I came to this department and started to work at his desk was in order for me to look into and confirm why he had left. I was aware that he was a very serious and hard-working individual here. So when he quit like that all of a sudden, I knew that something was up and wanted to find out why. And while I was on his laptop that he'd been using here within the office, I came across a lot of interesting things.
So that's why you were always sitting at his desk like that? And what are all those things you found on there? What did you find that's so interesting to you?
Nothing at all. And that's because the whole computer was wiped and there was no history left on it. I also tried my best to revert that process, which cleared everything, but that never worked for me either.
Well, geez. So you don't have anything on me at all, right? All of that work for nothing in return, right? Great work you did there.
However, when I went and looked all throughout his laptop, there was nothing remaining at all from when he was using it. But the thing is, the day that he walked out and never came back, he sent me an email stating that there was some information on his laptop for me, and that he made sure not to reset anything. So the fact that when I came and logged into his laptop and there was nothing on it at all from when he was working here, I knew that someone else had tampered with it. That right there is a fact, Caitlin. Because what he told me as he left in that email and what I saw on his laptop completely contradict one another.
In other words, what are you trying to say right now?
What I'm saying is this. Within your department, there's someone that logged into his computer after he had left and tampered with the computer's files and everything in order to make sure nobody else could see what he'd left. That was another thing I was looking into while working inside of your department.
So, do you have any idea who might have gone and done it?
Well, of course it's you, Caitlin. You logged into his laptop, went through all the files on there, deleted them all, and then reset it.
Huh? And where's all the evidence pointing you to me being the one who did it?
The rest of the employees who I'd been talking with within this department had nothing to say about Jackson's laptop, including that there was nothing on it. However, when I'd been texting with you earlier, you stated that there was nothing left on his laptop anymore, so I shouldn't have been using it for work.
Hey, hold on now. I never knew about that earlier until you went and brought it up with me. I really never cared about that loser's laptop anyway.
I'm afraid you misread what I said. You were the one that texted me saying that, before I had said anything to you about what I was doing at Jackson's desk there. Did you forget about that? You told me that he had already quit, and that there was nothing left on his laptop, right? Take a look at the text for yourself from earlier, please.
Hey, wait, that was just...
There were things on that laptop that would have exposed all the bad things you've been doing while working for this company. And that's why you went and erased it all, correct? If you are denying that, then allow me to contact IT and have them go into the servers and retrieve some of that data that's still sitting in the cloud.
Hold on! I deleted everything on that laptop and reset it because my dad told me to.
Your father, Clyde, told you to?
That's right! I never did anything besides what he told me to do. It was my dad that forced Jackson to quit his job here unnoticed. I never hated Jackson, actually, and kind of found him attractive. However, my dad really hated him.
So the one who went and forced Jackson to quit was your father?
By myself, I would never have the ability to force someone else to quit, right? You should be able to understand that, right? My dad went and forced him out of the company using his position. I never did anything at all.
Is that right? Then I shall go and have a word with your father again about this new information you're telling me. As for you, gather up all of your things and wait at your desk.
What? I'm still being fired? I never did anything wrong, like I just told you, right?
I don't trust what you've told me one bit, Caitlin. And even if you had nothing to do with Jackson leaving this company in such a way, you are still viewed as not only the weakest link in this department, but a terrible person to work with. I need you to leave this company once I'm finished talking with your father.
Firing me over such a BS reason? That is awful! I'm going to take you to court and sue you over this.
Would you like me to present you the evidence I have of you using the company's money to go and have fun? I have it with me right now.
What?
Alright then. There's your reason for being fired. Now I'm not even going to have to wait anymore. Grab all of your things and leave the office right now. Goodbye.
Wait, hold on a second. What? But wait, there's no way you should have.
Clyde, I have some things to tell you about your Jackson.
Ah, about Jackson.
That's right. A few weeks ago, he abruptly stopped showing up to work after walking out one day and never came back or said anything else. As the executive director, do you happen to have an idea of what happened with him?
Have any idea? Actually, no, I don't have any memory at all of what happened with him. As for right now, I just wanted to say to you that I am sorry for the way that my daughter spoke about you. My daughter never knew that you were the CEO of this company. And that's why.
I do not care to talk about her anymore. I already went and fired her from the company, and she's currently being walked out by security now.
What? She's been fired? Hold on one moment, please. What happened that forced you to have to fire her?
We are talking about Jackson right now, Clyde. Please do not derail this discussion again. Now, is there something you're not telling me that you're afraid to talk about?
But I don't know anything else besides the fact that he one day left the office, the same department my daughter's in, and never came back. I have no idea why it all happened, and no memory of anyone telling me anything about it.
Caitlin went and erased all the files and everything off of his laptop and reset the computer entirely. And she pleaded that it was you who told her to do this to his laptop.
What? She said all that about me?
She also told me that you had used your position in order to force him to quit the company and never come back. I do believe that she was telling me the truth there.
Please, hold on for a second. What do you mean?
I don't want to listen to any of your excuses for it anymore. It's a true pain in my butt. I'm going to have you step down from the position of executive director now.
No, you can't. Why? Caitlin, why did you go and completely wipe all those files from Jackson's computer before resetting it? I told you not to do anything suspicious, didn't I?
Because he had emails on his computer from me that I didn't want anyone else to see. If someone were to see them, then I'd have been royally screwed.
And that's why I told you to let me handle all of that. When you go and delete everything from someone else's computer like that, you are pretty much telling everyone that you are a criminal, right? Also, I was told that you blame me for all of it. How could you do all that to me? I was doing all that for you.
Huh? It's because you were being too lax that all of this happens, right? Also, you told me that nobody would ever find out about the money you were letting me play with.
Huh? Someone found out about that as well?
This is all your fault, isn't it? I'm not going to accept me being fired and sued by the company right now. You take responsibility for all of it right now. I had nothing to do with all of that. And if you like, I can send all of the evidence to that old hag right now for you.
Caitlin, hold on a second, please. Miss Yan, please don't listen or believe anything else that Caitlin might tell you. Right now, that girl's losing her mind and has no idea about the things she's talking about anymore. I'm sure she's already started to text you about plenty more things, but all of those is lies made to make me look even worse.
Is that right? I was just looking at everything she sent me and found it to be very concrete evidence towards what she was suggesting.
What? So you've already seen everything?
That's right. I just got it all from her a second ago. And it seems there are still more pieces of evidence coming in. It seems that she's now stabbing her own father, whom she seemed to love so much, in the back as well. All to try and save her own skin. I have evidence here showing that you went and sent her all the money from the company so that she'd have something to play with. Seems that the both of you are done now.
God damn it! I can't believe I've been stabbed in the back by that girl again.
Tell me, why did you force Jackson to quit?
I have no idea. Caitlin was the one begging me to do it to him.
Then tell me, how did you go ahead with forcing him to quit?
I took all the evidence of Caitlin using the company's money and made it look as though he was the one doing it. I told him that if he didn't want to be blamed for that, then he should never come to the office again.
How heartbreaking. I don't mind you and your daughter playing idiots like that, but don't you ever get the company or any of its employees wrapped up in it. You are no longer on that project over in Canada. I will have someone else head out there to take your place now, so I'd like you back in the US as soon as possible.
I understand that I was putting my daughter before a lot of other things, but I had always wanted to put that kind of attention into the company as well. You have to understand that I've done a lot of things for this company over the years, and so many people would speak highly of me. But still, you're going to force me to quit from this company?
No, I'm going to have you fired. Because I would never do the same thing to you that you have done to Jackson.
Hey, I handed over all that evidence of what my dad had done wrong that made you think that I was to blame. You should be forgiving me now after what you've done, right?
Before we get to any of that, let's talk about Jackson some more. Why did you want him to be forced to leave this company so badly?
I fell in love with him, but anytime I'd approach him asking him on dates, he'd avoid me. I'm not just going to let someone avoid me like that. I didn't even tell him I loved him yet. However, he was already trying to get away from me.
That's because he's a married man. I would never ever want to be around someone who kept trying to flirt.
But that doesn't give him the right to run away from me like that all the time. How dare a gloomy man like him do that to me?
I understand the type of human you are now. And that has solidified my choice in keeping you out of this company for good.
You, hold it right there. At least stop trying to take me to court over something that wasn't my fault. My dad isn't helping me right now, so I have no money.
We are continuing with the legal case against you. I have no plans of changing my mind about it, so please, give up right now and begin looking for a way to make all the money that we'll ask for.
Hold on. I get it, all right? I'm sorry. I get that at times I'm a bit of a selfish woman, but from now on, I'll no longer act that way.
Wait, you're going to fix that deplorable attitude of yours? Because I thought you told me before that a very, very young girl like you was thought of as cute for being a bit selfish. After that, both Caitlin and her father Clyde were removed from the company's payroll, and both had their access cards deactivated so that they could never come inside the office again. However, the investigation into those two didn't stop there, as more and more evidence of those two embezzling money from the company was found, and as more came up, so did the amount of money they would be forced to pay the company when faced by the company lawyers. Also, we made sure to look even further into what happened to Jackson to make him leave. And after we had all the evidence needed, we planned to have both Caitlin and Clyde pay him a settlement for the workplace harassment. Of course, the news of this didn't stay within the company and spread like wildfire all throughout the US. The news left those two with little options in terms of work at the same level they had here, and soon those two ended up having to settle for lower level jobs. I wonder what kinds of lives those two are going to have to live now, after having been told that they'd both owe money to the company as well as money to Jackson. I got in touch with Jackson again after those two were fired, and offered him a position with pay he could not refuse. And so now he's back in the office, working with the same vigor he had before. Having gotten rid of those two, the environment within the company has become a lot more friendly again, and I can feel that all of my employees are happy again as well. As for myself, once I've settled down a bit more and made sure that the project in Canada has been completely successful, I'm going to take some time to get my energy back. I've never been much of a fan of the stupid, and having to deal with two of them like that really drained me quite a lot. After that, both Caitlin and her father Clyde were removed from the company's payroll, and both had their access cards deactivated so that they could never come inside the office again. However, the investigation into those two didn't stop there, as more and more evidence of those two embezzling money from the company was found, and as more came up, so did the amount of money they would be forced to pay the company when faced by the company lawyers. Also, we made sure to look even further into what happened to Jackson to make him leave. And after we had all the evidence needed, we planned to have both Caitlin and Clyde pay him a settlement for the workplace harassment. Of course, the news of this didn't stay within the company and spread like wildfire all throughout the US. The news left those two with little options in terms of work at the same level they had here, and soon those two ended up having to settle for lower level jobs. I wonder what kinds of lives those two are going to have to live now, after having been told that they'd both owe money to the company as well as money to Jackson. I got in touch with Jackson again after those two were fired and offered him a position with pay he could not refuse. And so now he's back in the office, working with the same vigor he had before. Having gotten rid of those two, the environment within the company has become a lot more friendly again, and I can feel that all of my employees are happy again as well. As for myself, once I've settled down a bit more and made sure that the project in Canada has been completely successful, I'm going to take some time to get my energy back. I've never been much of a fan of the stupid, and having to deal with two of them like that really drained me quite a lot.
Hannah, hey, could you do me a huge favor? I'm coming home tomorrow to give birth. Could you please leave one of the bedrooms open for me? You're going to be at home, so that's what you should be able to do for me, right? Please and thank you in advance for doing this.
Wait, who is this again? Is that you, Rebecca? I didn't realize you had my number. You're coming here to have your baby? I don't think I got told this at all.
Are you kidding me? Why do I have to tell you everything? It's really none of your business, so I don't have to tell you until the very last minute. It doesn't matter when I come home because it's my home and I'm allowed to be there. Besides, I'm a pregnant woman. What's wrong with a pregnant woman returning home to give birth? That should be allowed.
No, I'm not saying anything of the sort. I don't think it's bad at all. However, I wish you'd told me so I could have prepared in advance. Especially when it comes to your unborn child, we need to have the right procedures in place for it all to go as smoothly as possible.
Well, that's on you if you aren't prepared for this. You're asking me when you should be prepared for me to come over? You should be ready by now.
The way they practice medicine here is very old and very stuck in its ways, though.
Would you shut up and just get things ready for me? I haven't had time to watch TV lately like you have. Just do it quickly. Don't backtalk to me, you absolute parasite. You know you've moved into my parents without lifting a finger. That means you're a good-for-nothing parasite who's lazy and shouldn't be involved in my family's business.
Okay, well, first of all, there clearly seems to be some misunderstanding. I actually work really hard and I pay for the mortgage on the house. That's why we're all able to live together under the same roof, so I don't believe you're right in calling me a parasite, Rebecca.
Excuse me? How dare you talk back to me like that? Don't be so bossy. You're only being like this because I got married and having a child before you. It's a shame for a woman not to have children in this day and age. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It's not that you don't want to give birth. It's because you can't. Even though I'm no longer a hardworking professional anymore, I can't just lie and say you aren't a parasite. Hey, what the heck is this? Why aren't you responding to the messages I'm sending you? You're so rude.
I was going to talk to you a little later on once you had calmed down and stopped making me feel so anxious.
So you just thought ignoring my messages would be the best thing to do? You're more the one who's irritating me than the other way around. You've really got some nerve being cheeky towards me. How long are you planning on staying at my house, huh? Now that I'm back home, I can't just let parasites like you do whatever they want. You paying the mortgage is a big fat lie. You know what? You need to pack up your things and leave immediately. Maybe you should be the one that I cut ties from, Rebecca. Wait, what? Hey, this isn't Hannah. Wait, Mom? Is that you? Now, wait just a minute. You can't just show my mom our messages without asking for permission. It's an invasion of my privacy. You are such a horrible woman. You're trying to sabotage me. I know what you're trying to pull here. I can't believe what's going on here. I'm so sorry, Hannah. Rebecca's been causing so much trouble for you lately. Even though that child's living off our allowance, she still thinks she can treat people badly. It's absolutely outrageous.
Oh, Pamela, please don't apologize when it's not your fault. Was it good for you to message her like you did? I feel like it would make me even more angry if that was said to me.
I think it'll work out, but she's always doing things like this. It's really pathetic, because if you don't say those kinds of words to her, she won't show any remorse at all. I was told that there was something more important to talk about, so I'll just take my time with this. I'm sorry for focusing so much on Rebecca. So what was that conversation about anyways? What's going on?
I've got something really important to tell you, but it's also related to Rebecca as well.
You've got to be kidding me. What's that child done now? What did she say to you, Hannah?
Actually, I probably could just show you what she said to me.
I can't believe you're doing this to me, but by all means reply as you please, you stupid woman. Don't worry about me then. You're the worst person I've ever dealt with in my life. How dare you show my mother those messages and just ignore me when I text you? You're such a scumbag. Don't ignore me. All you are is a woman who can't bear children. You're obviously jealous of me. It's so tough being pregnant. You've got no idea what I'm going through. You need to treat me with a bit more respect.
Rebecca, please calm down, okay? If you really don't like me that much, why don't you change your plans about doing a home birth, huh? You know the area where you live has a really famous hospital that has a lot of women go and give birth in. I think you'd be better off in a hospital than at home. The facilities are better there and you'd be in much safer hands.
Are you being serious right now? Really? Useless people like you who can't give birth to a real human being lack the ability to come up with good ideas. My husband's currently doing a job by himself, so I'm alone. I think it's only natural for me to come home and be with my parents so they can look after me when the child is born. You're a parasite, but right now you're being so bossy. It's annoying. You need to leave the house right now. Since you can't have children, I bet you'd try and mess with my baby out of jealousy.
No matter what I say or do for you, it seems like you've got no intention of living peacefully with me.
Oh, come on, Hannah. We all know you're so jealous of me. You really don't like the state of affairs right now? Everyone around you hates that you're a stone-cold parasite.
Oh, really? Is that so? Is that what you really think of me and what others think of me, Rebecca? But I don't think that I'll be the one who has to leave the house or the family for that matter.
Huh? What are you talking about? You're such an idiot sometimes. Don't you know that no one wants you around anymore? Are you kidding me? What is this game you're playing? Was all of this your doing? How could you do this to me? Because of you, I've been given no choice in this. My husband wants a divorce? You're really wanting to screw up my life that badly? How dare you? When I asked my husband why he wanted a divorce in the first place, he said that you told him something crazy. Is that true? Are you trying to take away the father of my unborn child? I can't believe you're harassing me like this because you can't have children. You're so finished. You're so horrible. You're going to wish you'd never been born, Hannah.
The only person I think that's going to wish they hadn't been born is you, Rebecca. I've done nothing wrong. The only reason why you're getting a divorce from your husband is because he found out you were cheating on him. It's your own fault, Rebecca.
How could you have possibly known what was going on in the first place? I hid everything so well, you know.
Well, I was actually doing a background check on you, and lo and behold, I happened to find out about your affair with another man.
Huh? How can that be? So does that mean you hired some private investigator to spy on me or something?
I guess that's what I did, yes. I was actually quite surprised that you were cheating, but I already despised your actions anyways. So I feel sorry for my brother-in-law right now. He's all alone working hard to pay for you and your unborn child. I ended up contacting my brother-in-law to check up on him, and it sort of just slipped. He said that you still did that to him even though he gave you enough to live on every month. It sounded like he was about to cry. That really sucks, Rebecca. You spent his hard-earned money on another man. It's disgusting. But then your own mother's allowance made up for the shortfall. That's not what a good and fully grown adult should do, Rebecca.
Shut up, Hannah. Why don't you just mind your own business, for goodness sake? That tiny bit I get is never enough to cover everything. I need a lot of money so that I can pay for the hospital expenses and to get clothes for my baby. I need money. What's the big deal?
Yeah, but did you see that you received almost $4,000 a month? You really spent that money so easily, huh? You know that you could probably get baby clothes from other people in the neighborhood. A lot of them have been saying that if you see them throwing clothes away, then you can say that you can use it and take it out of their hands. You haven't bought anything with your own money, have you?
Why are you investigating every single thing that I'm trying to do in my life? That's in really poor taste for you to do that, Hannah. How I interact with my neighbors is none of your damn business.
Well, you got a point there. I guess it really isn't any of my business. We don't need to talk about this. But if things are going to continue as they are, you'll be liable for the divorce and you won't be able to avoid paying alimony.
What on earth did you just say? Who's supposed to pay? I'm just a pregnant woman and I have to raise my child soon. I can't pay alimony, and besides, my husband will be the one paying for the child support, so I've got nothing to worry about. Well, I guess now I can get married to the man that I was having an affair with, so I guess I can thank you. I'm finally free of this mess.
Well, I guess I might as well wish you all the best with that. You seem extremely happy about this.
Excuse me? What's that supposed to mean? Did you think that I was going to be more bitter about this since you found out? Nice try, Hannah. Such a shame your plan didn't work out the way it was supposed to. Looks like you wanted to harass me, but I guess that's not going to happen.
It seems like you don't really understand the situation that's unfolding here, Rebecca. I better tell you before you find out the truth. You can't just go off and get remarried to another man or be able to raise that child you're going to give birth to.
Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Do you really think that'll happen to me? Are you dreaming or something?
Well, my brother-in-law will be the one who gets custody of the child since what you did was so wrong.
You've really got no idea what you're talking about, Hannah. You're completely wrong. The mother of the child is the one who gets sole custody. In other words, I've got an overwhelming advantage over my stupid husband.
You're the one being stupid. It's easier for father to gain custody over the child than it is for a criminal, Rebecca.
What did you just say? Are you calling me a criminal? You know I've done nothing wrong, and I'm the one giving birth to this baby soon.
Rebecca, don't you care or understand why I was investigating your background in the first place?
Well, it's obviously because you're trying to take advantage of my weakness, right? Because you don't like that I'm pregnant.
Wow, you're way off, Rebecca. That's not much of a reason at all. I've actually been gathering evidence to get revenge on you.
Excuse me? I don't remember hating on you that much, Hannah. Don't you know that all women hold grudges sometimes? Don't take things so seriously.
You just don't get it, do you, Rebecca? Almost over a year ago, I've had a grudge against you. Don't you remember what you did to me during my pregnancy? What happened to my child?
Wait, what? What's that all about? Don't say such weird things like that to me. I've done nothing to you.
Are you seriously trying to tell me to stop that? You ruined everything. When I was pregnant over a year ago, you were so cruel to me and thought it would be funny to push me, and you slammed me into a wall. I feel like I summed it up quite well. You didn't like that I got pregnant before you did, so you thought it'd be funny to harass me every time we met up. I'll never forget what you did to me and my unborn child. They aren't here because of you. I'm not making this up. You know you did this.
What are you even on about? Stop kidding around. I never hurt you or that baby of yours. Stop lying about it. It wasn't my fault that you were standing in the middle of a doorway. I was in a hurry and you needed to move out of the way.
You told me to get out of your way and I was trying to, but you thought shoving me would teach me a lesson. You couldn't even go out shopping with me or look me in the eyes because you hated me so much. To this day, I still don't get why. You had no idea what happened to me after that so-called incident happened. I was unable to remain passive to you due to what you did to me. I crashed into the wall and hit my stomach. I was knocked out because I hit my head also, and when I came around, I'd lost the baby, and I was empty. Do you even remember what you said to me when I asked you to apologize to me? While you were busy laughing, you turned around and said that I fell on my own and that I just didn't realize it because I'm so stupid. That's what you said, wasn't it, Rebecca? That's why I decided to take revenge on you. I couldn't bear what you did to me, and I hate you so much for it.
I don't understand. Why are you just trying to ruin everything now? Why would you do this to me?
I was about to get revenge on you, but then I discovered that you were pregnant. I couldn't help but hate you more. But the unborn child isn't to blame. If something were to happen to you physically, then the baby would be in danger also, so I have to wait until you've given birth to it.
I haven't even given birth yet, but you're still trying to ruin my marriage? You thought that you'd wait a little longer?
Or rather, what should the person receiving the revenge do? Should they be granted a reprieve? Well, of course I was going to patiently wait until the baby was born, but I got the support from my mother-in-law to do something about you.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? My mother's on your side with this? That can't possibly be true.
When you decided to come home and give birth to the baby, I immediately started to plot my revenge. But of course, to my mother-in-law, you're her daughter. I thought I'd tell her after the plan was carried out, but I just couldn't hold it in. I told her everything yesterday. She needed to know why her grandchild ended up in heaven rather than living the life it deserved.
Are you stupid or something? There's no way my mother would believe what some stupid woman would say over me. My mom always takes my side, and she will this time as well. She'd never turn on me.
Well, I did say to her that I'd get revenge on you after you've given birth to your baby. You know, she's very angry at you for what you did.
Hey, don't even try convincing her of your lies. Mothers always side with their children anyway. That's such a shame for you. Your plan will never work.
She did tell me that she was extremely angry with you, so she told me that there's no need to wait and that you should receive your reward right now. That's honestly what she said to me, Rebecca. I don't think you should deny it.
Huh? What are you talking about? She didn't say that, did she? She'd never turn her back on this.
Look, she was right there beside me when she saw what you were messaging to me, and I told her what I wanted to do. She told me how sorry she was about me having to put up with all your crap and what you did to me and my child.
Wait, what? Why is she being like this? She's supposed to be on my side, not yours. How could she do this to me?
You're obviously not aware of what's going on, but it seems like things have been tough for your mother for a long time. She was also struggling with how to deal with your antics and your cruel attitude, so she's had it taken care of by the police. She really thought that you'd calm down once you became an adult, but I guess that wasn't the case. When she saw the messages that you'd sent me, she knew deep down that you'd not changed a bit and this would always be your true nature. Seems she can no longer stop anyone from getting revenge on you. I guess she doesn't want to protect you anymore.
Would you stop messing around? This isn't funny anymore. Stop telling my mother all of these strange things. She shouldn't be believing it. To be honest, I don't care about your circumstances. If you try and do anything to me or my baby, then I have no choice but to go to the cops.
You're the one who'll be taken care of by the police, Rebecca. I filed a report regarding the passing of my baby, and I'm seeking compensation. You do know that you're going to be arrested for this, right? You made me lose my baby on purpose. We've already started to prepare for the case, and we've got evidence to back up our claims. You're going to be crushed into little bits, Rebecca, and you deserve it.
Would you stop this? This is absolutely insane. You need to stop with this madness. You're not going to get away with this. Does it really matter what happened to your unborn child? Many women lose their babies every day. What's the big deal?
Wow, you really are the devil reincarnated, aren't you, Rebecca? Since the police are aware of the situation, I think they'll wait until after the baby's born to make the arrest, so I hope you can look forward to that. I'm sure you'll have the baby soon enough, and they'll come and arrest you for hurting me and my baby. If you're arrested, you'll lose custody of your child.
Now hold on just a minute. You can't do this to me. You can't just take my child away from me. It's just going to make the situation worse for my baby.
It'll only cause you trouble, not the baby. I loved your imitations, by the way, when I found out you were pregnant. You said it'll be great, that there will be so many pregnant women around me, and now I can celebrate with them with the birth of my child. However, you cheated on your husband and now he's divorcing you. Even her own baby will be taken away and she'll be arrested. It's going to be great watching you fall, Rebecca. You'll be the laughing stock of everyone around you.
Please don't do this to me. If you truly understand what's going to happen, you'll withdraw the report and there'll be no harm done. Please don't let this happen to me.
I don't think I will, Rebecca. You deserve what happens to you next. You're not even qualified to be a mother. You're going to suffer for the rest of your life.
Mom, how could you let that horrible woman do all these strange things? Open your eyes, Mom. She's manipulating you so she can get rid of me. Your real daughter is more important than her. Don't you see that? I'm giving birth to your grandchild really soon. You should be on my side here. Get rid of that parasite and quickly. Throw away her belongings, too. She's going crazy. She can't get me arrested by the cops. Ah, yes, I suppose you're right, dear. I better get rid of all the luggage and things in my house. But the only things I'm getting rid of are yours, Rebecca. Wait, what? What's that supposed to mean? You're getting rid of my things? Why? I haven't done anything to you, Mom. You're no longer my daughter anymore, Rebecca. Not after the way you've treated people. I don't want a horrible person like you being in this family unit. But I'm the real daughter here. I'm your flesh and blood, remember? Why would you disown me like this? It's your duty to help me out. Where's all the unconditional love and support that you're always talking about? You know that Hannah told me everything. She told me what you did to her, how you shoved her so badly. You murdered my grandchild. I don't want anyone who treats people so horribly in this family, even if you are my daughter. You should be locked up for what you did. I won't help you anymore. You're on your own from now on. You can sort out your own future. Just try and live and make amends for what you've done. That can't happen. It's not fair. Because of that woman, my husband's divorcing me. You used to give me an allowance every month. How am I supposed to live? I'm in no fit state to get a job or anything like that. You can't just abandon your own daughter and soon-to-be grandchild. It's a terrible thing to do. If anyone's terrible, it's you, Rebecca. You didn't even try to understand what Hannah was going through. You should know since you're very pregnant right now. But you just disrespect her all the time, and I thought you knew better than to treat people that way. What's worse is that you've still not apologized to her. It was because of Hannah that you were able to get such a big allowance from me since she was covering the mortgage repayments. You were able to live the life you wanted thanks to her, and this is how you repay her? By being cruel and making her lose the baby? She repaid you with her kindness, but you thought it would be funny to slam her into a wall and cause serious harm. What makes you human anymore, Rebecca? Honestly, I think nothing does. You should be punished for what you did to my other grandchild. Please stop this, Mom. It's not fair. What am I supposed to do now? How could you do this to me? Why must you take her side? I'm about to give birth really soon. I need you to be there for me, Mom. What am I supposed to do about this birth? Don't worry, just give birth like other women have. I'm not going to do anything bad to my grandchild, but I'll help them live a good and healthy life. I'm only going to help my grandchild. You don't deserve my help. You should suffer the consequences of your actions. No, that's not fair. I should be allowed to be with my baby. You've got to help me out, Mom. You can't let Hannah do this to me. You can't just abandon me like this. I need your help. I can't get arrested for doing anything. She's trying to ruin our lives, Mom. Please, you've got to help me out, or get someone else to help me out. Please, don't leave me. Mom, I need you. Don't do this to your daughter. Hannah, I wanted to apologize about all the things that have happened. I really thought my daughter had changed. I didn't raise my daughter well, and it's all my fault. I failed as a mother, and I let her get away with so much in life. I feel so bad. And on top of all that, you took over the mortgage payments on the house when you didn't need to do that. You must really hate this family now, right? I guess I was pushing you way too hard, and it's all backfired, and I just don't know what to do to fix it.
Pamela, please don't worry about anything that's happened. It wasn't your fault, and don't put all the blame on your shoulders. That's not fair. You were the one that taught me what a real family is about. Since I grew up in foster care, I never really knew my parents. I hated Rebecca, but I never hated you as a mother-in-law, Pamela. I was happy that you continued to take care of me even though I lost my baby. I'm surprised you didn't hate me more for what happened.
Hannah, I could never hate you for what happened. It wasn't your fault. I don't think I could ever hate you. I'm grateful that you continue to stay here and be with us.
Wait a minute, what? What do you mean you're grateful? I've hardly done anything for you, though.
Well, thanks to you, I was able to see my daughter's horrible ways and disown her from the family. Sometimes it's hard because she was a part of the family and it was so difficult to cut those ties. And because of you, I don't have to worry too much about the mortgage repayments anymore, and I don't have to send money to Rebecca. From now on, please spend the money you earn on yourself and not on Rebecca or the rest of the family. You've helped me out so much.
Oh, Pamela, I just wanted to do what was best for the family. I hope that I didn't take things too far with this.
No, it's fine. We can all live in peace now without my daughter around. I know it's sad, but I want you to look forward and live your life. I'll take care of my grandchild. It'll be difficult for her father to raise them properly when they need to work really hard to be able to afford anything. We'll continue on supporting you in any way we can. We just want you to live your best life, so please go out there and do that, Hannah.
Oh, thank you for those kind words, Pamela. I hope that I can live a long, happy life. I agree with you. I can finally move on with my own life. Rebecca was arrested for her crimes after she'd given birth to her child. My brother-in-law and I are demanding compensation for her after the cruel things she did to us. Of course, my brother-in-law will be granted custody of the child and be given child support. Rebecca's life is now just having to constantly pay her bills to multiple people that she owes money to. In the meanwhile, I finally got pregnant again and gave birth to a healthy baby. Although some days I struggle with looking after my child, I'm living a happy and healthy life with my family, supporting me throughout this journey. I'm forever grateful for them. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hey, old lady! Don't you think it's getting time for you to stop faking being my mom and just leave me alone? You really thought you could just meet my fiancé before the wedding saying you're my mom like that? When did I ever say it was okay for you to talk to him in the first place?
Rin, what has gotten into you? I understand that I'm not your mother by blood or anything, but I've been with you for 10 years now, ever since you were in middle school. I may just be your stepmother, but I still believe I have the right to meet that man.
In other words, you mean you're a fake, right?
That's not at all what I mean by being your stepmother. I have made sure to take care of you for the longest time now, like your mother. And at your age, now you should be able to understand that I've always wanted the best for you, right? Even though you were just some kid that your dad brought along with him when the two of us started to take things seriously, I made sure to think of you as my own.
That's nasty to hear from some old woman. Acting like you're so amazing for doing that, even though you never had to. You even went and acted all high and mighty around him by saying you're my mom. That's so freaking embarrassing. I had to explain everything to him about you after that, and it was a total waste of my valuable time.
But even your fiancé was willing to understand me. He didn't even bother that I'm your stepmother calling myself your mom. The only person that seems to be all worked up about this right now would be you, Rin. Now end that attitude, please. This has been the structure of our family for a decade now. Maybe even thank me for putting up with you all this time.
Thank you for that? I'll have you know that I'm never going to be thanking you for anything you've done. The thankfulness I have for you is non-existent. So there you go.
I don't think that right now is the greatest time to be saying such things to me, Rin.
I have to ask, do you actually plan on coming to my wedding?
Huh? What are you saying? Why do you think I wouldn't go? That'd be completely strange of me to not come to my own daughter's wedding, right?
Well, only if I was your actual daughter. But you don't have any daughters, do you? So, that's why I'm asking you to stay away from my wedding, okay?
Do you think because I'm not that forward with myself, you can just get away with saying that? Talking down to me because I'm your stepmother, even though I was glad to make someone I never asked for my own. Don't you think you're going a little too far right now, Rin? I have been trying my best with you for these past 10 years, so hearing you say all these horrible things to me really hurts.
if you do end up coming to my wedding, you won't have a seat prepared for you. I have no reason to prepare a seat for someone that's faking being my mother, right?
Calling me a fake, though? I have always wanted to be like your real mom. After marrying your father years ago, I've done everything I could to show you that I care about you as well. Can you please respect me just a bit more as your stepmother? I've been raising you for a decade now, Rin. What's so bad about having me at your wedding?
Well, I just recommend that you don't come. Because I don't see you as my real mom. All you'll do is embarrass yourself by coming, so I would definitely recommend staying away. Because, once again, you're not my mom. Just some secondary wife, right?
You really are just having a blast saying these things about me, huh? Ever since I married your father, everything has been smooth sailing. And up until recently, you and I have never been at arms with one another. Why have you started to act this way towards me now?
That's because I finally realized that you're just a fake and that's it. Everyone knows that the real thing is way better to have around than some wannabe.
I'm starting to see that you really enjoy calling me a fake. Well, I suppose there's nothing else I can really say to you over text right now. I just hope you take a little time before your wedding to calm down a bit and rethink having me at your wedding. I'd like you to look at things as though you're an adult.
Do not come to my wedding today. You are just a stranger now, so don't show up.
What are you talking about now? Today is one of the most important days of your life, right? You are my stepdaughter after all, so I'm going to have to come see you. Will you allow me to please be there to celebrate your big day?
I asked my real mom to come today, and so there's no seat here for you.
Huh? What do you mean you asked your real mom to come?
My real mom is coming. Actually, I've recently been getting back in touch with my real mom after she started texting me out of the blue.
Huh? When you say your mom, you mean your actual mom?
What else would I mean by that? So, your life living as my stepmother is over now. I'm going to be cutting ties with you now. And besides, there's only enough room here for one mom, and so it's been reserved for her. I mean, why wouldn't I have my real mother here as opposed to some fake?
You really asked that person to come to your wedding? Are you really okay?
What do you mean by that one? This is my own flesh and blood mother. Of course I'm okay with her coming to my biggest day.
Did you forget about how she left you behind in middle school and got up and just vanished from you and your dad? You had a terrible time back then, right?
Shut up already! I don't want some stranger talking to me about my life. My mom had a lot of things going on in her life, so she had no other choice at the time. And she's the only one that truly understands what hardships she had to face then. So I'm going to make you shut up by ending things between us right now. I'm sure that my mom and dad will get back together with one another, and today will be the start of that.
I don't think that'll ever happen, Rin.
Compared to you, my mom's a way better mother. Well, I guess there was no comparing you both, though, because I've never once seen you as my mother.
Is that so? Rin, I completely understand how you feel about me now. After all the blood and sweat I gave to raise you as my own, you have made things very clear after all the horrible things you've told me recently. But I don't mind. After this, there will be nothing left for the two of us to talk about.
Just remember that I only prepared one seat, and that's been saved for my real mom. So don't bother trying to come. I never thought of you as my mom, you fake. So hurry up and get out of here!
So that's what you really want then, right?
All those that have been fake need to leave.
Well, whatever happens after this is not going to be my problem then.
Good.
I'll do the same as you and make this the last time I ever talk to you. But of course, there was never a close relationship between us in the first place, so this won't be so bad for me. Goodbye forever, Rin. I hope you have a happy wedding.
Things are out of control right now. Come and help me, Lori. Where are you at right now?
Excuse me, who is this?
Stop trying to make stupid jokes with me, Lori. Hurry up and get back to the wedding. If things keep going like this, I'll be in huge trouble.
Are you really trying to screw with me or something? Why would I have any reason to come back there?
Huh? Why?
I'm finished with you, Rin. And I even did as you asked and went back home. We had last talked an hour ago, so what did you think I'd have done in that time? What do you want from me now? You understand that I don't need you anymore, right?
Lori, please. I'm bawling my eyes out right now. Please answer the phone call for me.
Huh? What are you even talking about? You and I are complete strangers now, right? Oh, wait. We've always been complete strangers. So after all that fuss you made about me, why would you think of me as anyone besides a stranger?
Wait, but I'm seriously crying a lot right now. Can't you see that I'm in a terrible pinch right now?
I cannot.
What?
And even if I could see that you're in trouble, I'd do nothing about it. You having a fit right now over something has nothing to do with me and my life.
I get it. I'll tell you outright. My real mom is crazy.
Oh? What do you mean by her being crazy?
Some messed up woman came into my wedding out of nowhere. When I had met with her before, she was never that way, but she began going through all the food at the buffet like a maniac, and now she's hitting on all the men here.
That's even worse than I was thinking she'd be like. But I guess it can happen.
And now my fiancé's whole family and all my friends know that someone like her is my real mom. Right now, I'm so embarrassed by everything she's done.
Did you never know that your real mom was that kind of woman? She had started talking with you again after so long, so I assumed you understood the person she is.
I didn't have any memories of her, and she started to text me again asking to meet up. And then we went out once to eat and chat about life, but I never thought that she'd turn out to be some lunatic. Even my fiancé himself was disgusted by what he saw from her, and at the moment he's thinking about canceling the wedding. Now the security is coming to deal with her. And Dad got so upset with me asking why I'd invited her to my wedding and ended up leaving before the wedding even started. What should I do right now?
You're asking me that? Why would you ask me?
I let my dad know the reason why I didn't want you to come to my wedding. But I never wanted him to get upset with me and leave over it. Go and explain all of this to him. He said if he doesn't get a good explanation for all of this, he's going to be done with me as his daughter.
Well, of course he'd do that.
Why are you acting like this doesn't matter to you? Do you not see how huge of a deal this is for me right now? He was even supposed to help pay for this wedding and other things, but now that's never going to happen. What should I do, Lori?
You asked me to never come to that wedding, right, Rin? So how am I supposed to tell you what to do now? I think your best choice now is to just embrace the reality you've just made.
Huh? What do you mean, embrace this reality?
I'm saying there's no turning back for you now. Did you never realize that I was the one paying for your wedding, as well as for you both to go on your honeymoon?
You were. My dad wasn't going to be the one doing that?
I was. We'd even talked about this at dinner, but as usual, you never listened to anything we said. Well, I'm not paying for you guys anymore, so you can go ahead and afford all of that by yourself.
Huh? What?
You are nothing to me anymore, Rin, and so there's no reason for me to pay for you, right? I don't even want to hand any more money to you, so don't expect anything. You're going to have to pay it all off yourself, so after this, make sure to work hard for all that money.
Wait a second, Lori. A lot of the people at the wedding are starting to leave, and I think the wedding has totally been canceled now. And my fiancé's family is all really pissed off. And everyone is asking for me to return all the presents I had been gifted from them. And if you're not going to be paying anything for this wedding, then I'm going to be getting into some really bad debt.
And that's all nothing I care about. Do your best to work hard and pay all of that off. I've also made sure to cancel your guys' honeymoon trip for you.
Huh? Are you serious?
If you really still want to go with your upset husband, or alone, then you can pay for that with your own money, right? I have no plans to ever fork money over to you again, so that's your only option. Take some responsibility for the reality you've just created for yourself. Now, I'll be going.
Wait, Mom!
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, I meant Lori. I'm not sure what has gotten into me recently. But I had really just wanted to be with my real mother again. And maybe that's what made me start acting out against you, like you weren't the one that cared for me. After all, you were the one that stuck with me and made sure I was raised well. And so I still believe that you're my mom. You should be okay with me still calling you Mom, right? Please, let's just go back to being a close family with one another.
Huh? Why are you trying to act as though you've done nothing horrible these past few weeks? It's not going to happen, Rin.
What?
You have really pissed me off with the attitude you've given me recently. And so I've had enough of whatever you thought was okay to say and do to me. I cannot believe that the girl I thought was so cute and kind could turn out the way you are now. So believe me when I say that you are a complete stranger to me now.
You're going cold to me just like that? Only a few hours ago you believed that I was still your daughter, right?
Well, when you decided to make things the worst they could be between you and I with that gross attitude you had, I was at a loss for words. I'm pretty sure you and I will never see one another again, so have a great life. You and that fiancé of yours try hard to rekindle whatever love you guys had. Well, as long as that's even possible now. Go find your real mom and try and ask her for help, okay? The fake will now be leaving your life forever.
I was never being serious when I called you a fake. Forgive me, please. I can't make it on my own without my mom. Have you just forgotten about the past 10 years we've had together?
Well, after the way you've treated me, I thought it was completely fine to forget about all that. Really, I don't ever want to see or hear from you again, and your dad has pretty much cut ties with you now.
If the both of you are gone, then what am I going to do?
Isn't this great? You got to finally meet your real mom again. A woman that loves to spend money and is ridden with debt. She's even the type where if she gets the chance, she'll steal money from others. Well, go find her and ask for her to take care of you now. Goodbye, Rin. In the end, Rin was left dealing with a very upset fiancé, or should I say husband, since a week before they had handed in their wedding papers. He had had enough of her and her real mother, and so he began to move towards divorcing her. But Rin no longer had a home to go back to, and so she really was in a pinch like she'd said. As for all the money she'd had in her savings, it vanished into paying off the cancellation fees for the wedding. And now she's stuck dealing with a mother that keeps asking for her to spare her some cash. Rin tried to get Lori to help her, but Lori really was finished with her, and so she ended up blocking Rin, and doing as Rin had originally asked of her. I'm sure that Rin is left wondering what she could possibly do now, but her best bet would be to listen to exactly what Lori had told her and find a job to start working non-stop to make back whatever money she's lost. And if she plans on keeping the money she makes, it's best she gets rid of that crazy mom of hers that'll probably suck her dry in no time. But as for Lori, her and her husband have made the right choice in blocking Rin out of their life and will no longer have to worry about whatever problems she gets herself into.